Do you have an abundant mindset? I'm sure you've heard that term all over the self-improvement industry. I'm gonna shine light to some of the dangers of having an abundant mentality. I'm gonna get into why I'm saying this and how it might actually be hurting you as a man as opposed to helping you. So go ahead and watch the entire video to find out how it's dangerous and what you can do to adjust this. So let's get into it. What's up, man? Welcome back to the Sophisticated Man YouTube channel. I am Tino, Rigano, men's development coach. Make sure you hit subscribe for more men's improvement content. So right into it, man. Why am I saying that having an abundant mindset is dangerous? Like all these YouTubers talk about come from a place of abundance, and I 100% agree with them. I promote abundant mentalities on my channels. Hell, I'd even made videos before that talked about an abundant mindset. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into having abundance, why it could be a dangerous thing if you're not careful. I believe that a man with options is a man with power, because now you have the choice to pick out of want and desire and not out of need. That's where abundance is useful and it's helpful, and things that I promote on this channel. Where it can be dangerous is when you use it to excess. If you have too much abundance and you have way too much options available and you're indulging in absolutely everything, that can actually come to bite you in the ass. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday on social media and he said, "Oh man, I had a rough night last night." He says, "Oh dude, women, I was hooking up with a whole bunch of girls these last weeks and it just like fucked me up, dude. It got my energy all mixed up. I felt really down and just distracted from my goals and my purpose." He got a little sidetracked because a lot of these YouTube creators, especially men in this men's improvement space, we talk about having abundance of women, right? Talking to a bunch of women at once, sleeping with a bunch of women at once, having a rotation of girls, you know, they call it spinning plates and all that stuff. And I've never really subscribed to that idea. I mean, actually that's not true. At one point in my life, I did kind of do that. I think you'll find that with experience, if you actually have a whole flock of women that you're talking to, it's number one, it's exhausting as hell to try to remember all the conversations you've had with these girls, special things about themselves. If you're having sex with multiple women at once, it's just draining energetically and your focus is all into them, not so much into your purpose. It wastes a lot of your time. So in that instance, abundance can be harmful. And one thing that I don't think a lot of creators are talking about is how you need to have responsibility as a man when you are in that abundance. Without that structure and accountability of like, okay, I only want this many, I'm gonna choose this, but I'm not gonna indulge in these other things. It takes a special balance of saying yes to the things that you want out of abundance, but then allowing the other things to just slide off of you, not indulging in everything. I know the first thing for me that comes to mind is the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. If you're not very religious, that's fine, but there's a lot of wisdom to that story. The ancient city of Sodom and Gomorrah was essentially like a old school version of Las Vegas, what it is now. It was Sin City. Everybody was just indulging in money, in sex, being overly indulgent in things, right? And people just were going crazy. The city was essentially imploding on itself. And in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, God actually strikes down on this city, turns them into stone for indulging in these acts, because these people took advantage of it. You were given all these liberties, you were given all these freedoms and all these abundant things, but they took advantage of it. They didn't know how to control it, how to manage that. And that's really the key that I want you to take away from this video, is like, when you're in that abundance, when you have all these options, it doesn't mean that you should take every single option. Do you see? You need some responsibility. You need some self-control not to indulge in every option that you have. If you're talking to 4 to 5, 6 girls at a time, you're only going to have a long-term type of commitment with just one of these women. It's better to just focus your efforts on one girl at a time. Like the guy on Instagram was telling me, it's very draining, bro, energetically, and you don't realize how much time that's taking away from you and your goals. It goes so much far beyond just women. I'm just using this as an example, but it's one that I know a lot of YouTubers promote. They talk about having abundance with women. Well, it's good to have abundance with women, but if you're out of control and you're always, if you're hooking up with a bunch of women and not really controlling yourself, you're just indulgent, you're very impulsive, well, that's not a controlled, grounded, strong man. That's a guy acting from his impulses, his lesser desires. A mature man chooses out of desire, but he chooses responsibly because he knows he doesn't want his impulses to get the best of him. He doesn't want these choices to be his downfall. Gluttony can and will destroy a man if you let it. If you had all the food options in the world, all the money in the world, all the women in the world, all these things that you could possibly want at your fingertips, eventually you'll drive yourself insane. And I love pretzels, dude. I'm a fiend for eating salty snacks. If I had every single lineup of my favorite snacks, I'd go crazy. I'd be like, wow, I literally don't even know where to start. I'd indulge in everything and obviously end up hating myself for it because I probably should have stuck to just one and then did that in moderation. So I believe the freedom of choice is a good thing, and that's something you should strive for as a man, to have the ability to choose from the things that you desire. But once you get there, you have to choose it responsibly. You have to have some kind of boundary around how much you're going to indulge and where you're picking your choices from. Does that make sense? I truly believe that once a man has power and he has access to a bunch of different things, he has ultimate resources available to him, it's what he does with those resources and it's what he does with that power that truly determines his character and determines what kind of man he is. If you abuse the things that you have access to, well then you're not very righteous. You're not a very morally strong man, right? And that's something I definitely try to promote on this channel, is being a guy with integrity, having ethics, having strong standards and morals. You gotta be controlled, man. You gotta be grounded. You gotta come from a logical place of being centered and not having these things throw you off, because they can if you overindulge. So build yourself up, man. Enjoy the process. Get to the place where you can now choose any career that you want, any job that you want, women of your choosing. But once you get there, choose responsibly, because your choices might end up harming you if you indulge too quickly and too much. You have to have boundaries around that and do it when you are controlled. Gluttony can and will be the downfall of you if you let it. And I'm definitely talking to myself as well. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know, this is an interesting topic. Did you agree with me? Did you disagree with me? Leave your comments down below. Also, let me know any topics, subjects you want me to talk about on future videos. Your feedback is always very appreciated. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't done so yet. And if you want to join a community of like-minded men who are all working on themselves, putting their personal development first, and are being held accountable by other guys who are doing the same thing, click the link down below to join my free Facebook group. And if you want to work with me on a personal level, to have me as your coach in your corner, to put you on your self-improvement journey, to help you level up your life in all things manhood, lifestyle, and relationship related, click the link down below to apply for a discovery call. So that's it, man. Hopefully you gained value from this video. Hopefully you take action on this and take it seriously. Abundance is a good thing, but too much of a good thing can also be harmful if you're not careful. So be responsible and choose wisely. Remember, man, at the end of the day, it truly all does start with you. You want to see some more videos about men's improvement? You can click the video right here. Peace out, man.